What's up, my off the floor and confidence builds and heals family? It is your girl Mecca here, founder of Confidence Builds and Heals, back with another episode. And the topic for this week's episode is stretches for dancers. Let's get straight into the video. We gonna stretch you out, yeah. Okay, baby. First of all, let's just talk about stretching, right? Why it's so good to be like on top of your stretching. You see a lot of people, okay, a lot of dancers, and they have these beautiful performances. You see their art and it's so beautiful, and a lot of the reasons is down to the technique and also their flexibility, okay? And let me tell you something. A lot of people come to my class and they are so surprised, right? If they have never danced before, or if they haven't danced in a while, or if they've been only sticking to one style of dance, they are so surprised at how much their body is hurting the next day, or how much, kind of like, I won't say too much effort, right? I ain't trying to scare y'all off because it ain't that much effort. How much effort it's taking, right, to do these classes, because guess what? Dance is a sport. We are athletes, baby, right? So you don't just pop up and just think that, oh, I'm about to just pop up to a dance class and be able to do this move, this back bend so beautifully if you have not done any back bend stretches. So, for example, recently I've been really honing in on my stretches because, first of all, I have a hamstring injury and I want to get over that. But also, I have some goals for myself as a dancer. I'm ready to get my middle split, honey. I'm ready to start making up choreography where I put my leg up and I hold it up there for 5 seconds. Then I drop it down and I spin and I hit a little in the back. So I have been working on stretching. Now, this is what I highly recommend. When you want to work on your flexibility and your stretching, that you stretch at least 3 times per week, minimum, right? Now, you want to stretch every day, to be honest, but everybody ain't got time for that. But if you can, just get some morning stretches, maybe like 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes before you go to bed. You have to make this a part of your lifestyle, especially if dance is something that you want to take serious as a career or you want to teach, right? Your flexibility is going to go a long way just for your health and also your performance. I have noticed, right, the difference in my choreography, and just anytime I'm taking classes as well, and how I look and how I'm executing stuff depending on how flexible I am. Like, it's times that my hips are so stiff that the move just look damn ugly. I'm just gonna say it. The move look ugly because my hips are so stiff. I can't even open up my legs. But she said do like this. I can do like, that's all I could do because I wasn't stretching. So what I started to do is incorporate stretch routines into my daily living. So, for example, I make sure I go to yoga twice a week. I commit myself to a yoga class. Sometimes I go to a class at a studio, and I have my gym membership that teach yoga classes for free. It comes with it. So a lot of you guys, if you are on like a gym membership, right? If you have a gym membership, that's a good thing to do, to use it. Like, use Zumba for your endurance. Use those classes, spin classes, so you can start to get moving those legs quicker, things like that. They have all these swim classes, they got yoga classes, and you want to take advantage of stuff like that. And also look online at Eventbrite. So no matter where you are in the world, because I used Eventbrite when I was living in London, what I'm saying, no matter where I am in the world, I will go on Eventbrite and I will find so many free events. I will find so many free yoga classes, right? Like, I would type in anything like yoga classes for free these days, and I promise you, like, things would pop up. It would either be a donation class or it'll be as cheap as like $5 or £5. And also Groupon, I am the queen of this, of buying packages, because I was being cheap. I was not trying to pay $100 and something a month per month for yoga. So I would buy like passes on Groupon. They give you like 20 passes for $20, right? And you can take 20 yoga classes for $20. Are you serious? 20 yoga classes, and usually the one class be between $10 to $25. You know what I mean? So there are resources. Now, I'm going to give you specific stretches in this episode for dancers. So we're going to focus on back bend stretches, middle split stretches, stretches for your calves and your hamstrings and things like that, because these are the things that we are working on the most. We are always doing these back bends, we are always doing these spins, we are always doing these splits, we always kicking our legs up. So these are the stretches that I highly recommend. It's basically the same thing that you do in yoga, and I highly recommend that you pull up this video, you save this video, and you do this at least 3 times a week for four weeks, and watch the difference. Watch the difference in your overall health, how you feel energetically, and just your performance overall when it comes to dancing, and also in the bedroom, honey, because it helps in the bedroom, because you know what I'm talking about. So without further ado, let's get into these stretches, honey. All right, so let's get into these stretches. First up, I like to just go ahead and warm up my spine. Just literally what you see here, go from side to side. Put your hands above your head, okay? Strong arms, and just go side to side. Now, I also like to do this for the back. You want to warm up the body, honey, before you start doing anything. So I'm just going to do a slight back bend here, point all the way back, arms straight, elbows is locked, darling. Now, this is something you do in yoga. This is called a sun salutation, where basically arms come up in the mountain pose, and you just dive forward, touch your toes, okay? Now, what I'm going to either do here is 2 options. I'm going to bend my knees, or I'm going to straighten my knees. Now, I have a hamstring injury, like I stated before, so I can't even put my hands as flat on the ground as I need to. So I'm just going to just hang here in a rag doll and just really let gravity do her job and just pull down. Also, we are dancers, and we are always using our feet. So do a few squats, okay? Stretch those toes, honey. Move them knees, because you already know we're trying to get them Megan Thee Stallion knees, okay? Lubricate them knees. Get some energy flowing into those knees, darling. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and just roll my foot around 10 times each side, just moving the knots and the stiffness around in those ankles and my shins and all of that, because we are dancers. Sometimes we be sitting down at computers for our day jobs, for school and stuff like that, and this is just not it, Move side to side, swing your arms around, and then we're going to go into a squat, okay? This is a frog pose right here. This is also good for opening up the hips. You want to have a flat back. You want to try to straighten your back and not curve it. I just put my hands in a prayer position, and I sit here for about 5 minutes. Now, also, you can do these stretches between 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Again, I'm going to be warming up them toes a little bit more, walking in place, honey. And then I'm going to flex my feet, and literally just put my weight into that. And everything I'm showing you, do this on each side. Of course, I'm not doing it with you. I'm just showing you what the stretches are. This is not a stretch video. These are stretches for dancers. So remember I told you about the sun salutation? So arms up above the head. Then you dive forward, touch your shin. Then you come up halfway, plant your feet on your hands on the ground. You can come back, step back into the plank, or you can hop into the plank. You're going to go down like a push-up, and then you come up in an upward facing dog. Your heart is facing the sky, honey. You want to make it as if like you are trying to look behind you. This is so good for those back bends and back stretches, especially if you are having lower back pain. Oh my gosh, I love to do this stretch just every morning when I'm getting out of bed after I do my little neck rolls and stuff like that. So because we are dancers, we need to move that energy around, and our spines need to be loose. So right here is something we do in yoga called the cat-cow stretch, where you just look up, and you're going to basically have that dip and that curve in your back. You're going to breathe, and then you exhale when you curl and you round down like a cow. That's why they call it cat-cow, because you go from a cat to a cow, okay, or a cow from a cat, I don't know. And then just move around in some circles on each side so you can move the energy around in your spine and things like that. And then now I'm going to go into a lunge. Baby, this is the side where I have some injury in my hamstring, so if you see me a little stiff, that's why. So this is a lunge, okay? This is a runner's lunge when the knee is off the ground, and then you are framing the foot that's in front of you with both hands. And then you move into the lunge when you drop the knee, okay? And then you put both hands in the midsection. And of course, do it on the other side as well. And remember, as I stated, you can do these stretches between 30 seconds all the way up to 5 minutes or even more. It depends on what your goals are. So if you're rushing throughout the day, you got to get up and you don't have that much time to stretch, then having a series of stretches, you might have to do them for like 30 seconds. All right, so I'm going to go up into a downward facing dog. My legs coming up to the sky pointing. I'm going to bring that through to my nose and then place it down into the pigeon stretch. Pigeon stretch is good for opening the hips. Now you can stay lifted up like this in your pigeon stretch, or you can come down to your forearms, okay? Now, or you can come all the way down to your forehead. The key and the goal is for you not to see no gap. I got some gap there, okay? Don't judge me today, but it's some gap. That's the key. I love pigeon stretch so much because not only is this helping with my hamstrings, but also with my hip. All right, so moving on, honey. We are moving on. This is a back bend. I love this so much, but it's also a heart opener. If you have any blockages in your heart center, you want to do this stretch. But if you are trying to get those back bends, honey, clean in your movement, this is what you need to do. You just come on your knees, you carefully go back, hook your ankles, the back of your foot, and then press the hips forward and look back and just like push, 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 push. Yeah, so now we're going to go into a seated split, okay? So feet are wide apart. Now I can't go all the way down to my chest how I usually would because I have a hamstring injury. But the key is to try to walk out as far as possible that you can. Usually I will be able to put my chest on the floor, but I can't. You can do this two ways. Flex your feet or you can point your feet, okay? There's a different feeling in each one. When you flex, it's pulling from a different part of your body versus when you are pointing. So because we are here, we're going to take it to the side body stretch and also framing the foot on one leg, stretching one leg. So you want to basically try to get your forehead to your knee and then frame your foot, okay? That's just the intention. You can either flex or you can point your toe, different stretch. Now remember, this is the side that I have that hamstring injury on. That's why I'm sitting here rubbing it like this. And I can't go all the way down. So you know what your girl gonna do? She's gonna put that arm up and look up to the sky and just go down as much as possible, pulling herself over. So even if you're not as flexible, that's what I highly recommend. All right, this is a good one as well for your knees and your shins to just sit on the back of your heels. Just sit for like 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Sit. And it helps for blood to rush through your legs as well. Now, I want you to open up your hips, hip width distance apart, and then you just go back. Maybe you stay right here, or you go all the way down to flat back. The goal is to not have a gap. I got a huge gap. That's because my damn back hurt and I was squatting yesterday, okay? I ain't got time for this today, but I had to put this video out because I love y'all, and I'm going to get these stretches to y'all, and I'm going to be stretching all night. Now, this is for the spine, honey, to loosen up that spine and my yoga mat acting a hot mess. You want to sit down, place one foot over the other, okay, like I'm doing here. Take the opposite arm, hook it over the knee. That's the opposite leg. Turn around, have your chest straight up, your spine straight, and then look over. So again, look, I'm sitting on the right. The left leg is over. I am taking the right, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking the left. Actually, girl, the right. Taking the right arm over the right leg, and I'm turning all the way around to look behind me. So sometimes you might hear a little click. That's a good thing because you just moved all that negative energy out of your spine. All right, another hip opener. Remember, a good one for when you are trying to get your middle split, honey. You want to do that beautiful split? This is a good one right here. I highly recommend that you do this. Do this one on like a floor, like in your kitchen or something, or at the gym, where you can glide down and let gravity just pull you down. But this is also amazing, and you want to put your feet out and flat. How you can barely see my feet, but yeah, like a little frog. There you go. Now, those are the stretches for dancers. So stretch on, baby. Stretch on, stretch on. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Write them down, do them, and have your little routine. And I hope you love this video and you share this with another dancer that you care about. And remember, we have a wide range of virtual products and services help you align more with dancing, but also who you are, because confidence is coming from the deep space within you. Confidence is not external, it is internal. So we like to feed your soul here, honey. That's what Confidence Builds and Heals is all about. So check out the description box below, all the links below. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can always email me at confidencebuildsandheals@gmail.com. And I'll see you in the next episode. Keep confiding in you with peace and love. Stretch.